I'm Kara, and welcome to Soul Inspiring Business. I believe that all of us possess unique gifts and talents that allow us to serve the world and our own growth in the highest possible way. Our lives are an expression of our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. And here, we will explore businesses, thought leaders, and topics designed to inspire, helping propel your own growth so you can live your best and most purposeful life. Welcome to Soul Inspiring Business. Welcome back to the Soul Inspiring Business Podcast. I'm your host, Kara Chaffin Donofrio, and today it is a solo show. It's a quick one, but I was really inspired to share this with you because we had recently had a retreat that we did. It was a little workshop actually here in Annapolis, Maryland. Jen Cudmore, which of course many of you, if you've been listening to the show for a long time, have heard me talk about. We did an episode together. Our 100th episode actually was done with her. And she's been on the show before talking about what we call branding archetypes and really knowing what your branding archetype is. But we did this workshop together just a few weeks ago. And in it, we talked about how do you build a soul inspiring business and what does that look like? And how do you create messaging that really resonates with people? And I think that really at the core of all of that is truly understanding and having a lot of awareness as to who you are in the world. What are your values? Who am I as just an authentic being? What are the things that I stand for? What are the things that, and my strengths and my gifts that I'm helping others with? Because when you lean into just who you are naturally in the world, then you end up attracting in the people that you're most meant to serve. And we talked a lot in that little workshop too about this idea of what is a soul aligned client. And when I think about what is a soul aligned client, when we say it on the show or when you've heard that before, like what does that actually mean? And I think there's a distinction between somebody that you just have a natural kinship with, or maybe there's just like a natural chemistry or a natural connection with somebody. And that may or may not be there with your sort of quote unquote soul aligned client. What a soul aligned client really is someone that is just super grateful for you, super grateful for the advice that you're giving, super grateful to be paying you money because they value your work and value what you do. And so when we talk about this idea of soul aligned clients, it doesn't necessarily mean that like they're your best friend. This doesn't mean that it's somebody you'd go out to lunch with. I mean, maybe it is, but it's truly just somebody that values you, values all that you bring, and wants to support you, wants your guidance, wants your help, is willing to compensate you well because they really value what you do. And then taking that a step further, how do you attract a soul aligned client? How do you get into this space? And I think that you've heard me talk about it many times on the show about this idea of authenticity being the highest frequency. And so when we are just truly resonating as our highest potential, resonating and that may change over time, right? Because I think we're constantly expanding, constantly growing. At least that's the hope. You're continually expanding. If that is your intention and desire, I think it will be true. And as a world, as a nation, as a global community, I think that we are all rising in our own energetic frequencies. And so the more that you can basically, when you're becoming that authentic version of you, you're resonating at a higher and higher level of frequency because you're just becoming. It's the journey or the homecoming rather of coming more and more into who you're meant to be in the world. And so there is sort of this idea of, well, how do I integrate that into my business? And I think that that's where having this awareness, whether it's archetypes, whether it's assessments, whether it's, you just kind of journaling on a piece of paper, all my strengths, all my gifts, what do I do well? What do people really value about my work? But from that knowledge, then you're able to sort of expand your energy field, literally, when you walk into a room. Because when you have knowledge of who you are, who you're meant to be, how you're serving your clients, and that people, that you're attracting the right people to you, you can more confidently walk into a space. The more confident you are walking into a space, that it with full knowledge and awareness of who you are, then your actual energy field gets bigger, right? And so there's this idea of when you are going through something negative, or maybe you're anxious, or your frequency drops, and then literally your field around you, the energy that people can feel, actually gets smaller. And so the reason I'm bringing this up is because I think my challenge to you over the next, few weeks, is to be really more conscious of how you're showing up to every situation, of how you're showing up into a room, of how you're filling a space. Because I know that all of us have been in a situation where maybe somebody walks into a room and you can just feel the energy shift, good or bad, right? You can feel when somebody's had a bad day. They may not even really be able to completely express it, but there's a feeling that goes along with it. And so what I want to bring to the surface now is this idea of you having the opportunity to, rather than unconsciously go about the day, be super conscious of how you want to enter a room. How do you want to enter a coffee shop? How do you want to enter a kid's sports, game, right? In every situation, there is a choice, and there's an opportunity to actually physically, grow your energy, expand into your energy. And you can sort of consciously do it. So there's an exercise where you can close your eyes and you can literally, I'll tell you the visualization that sometimes I get is I'll connect to God. So through the top of my head, I actually visualize God, visualize that sort of presence through me. And then I actually really kind of see it going out the heart space, because a lot of times that's where we connect with people, is in the heart space. Now, there may be times that you don't want to allow yourself that open to others. There's a lot of human design stuff and other things coming into play. So I'm not to say this is the only way. This is one way that you can actually connect with others. And the other is truly just actually seeing that same kind of chord, so to speak, from your head, rooting yourself and seeing it root yourself all the way to the ground. So you literally are this stable sort of force, almost like a tree. If you want to imagine yourself as this tree that's rooted through your feet into the ground, and also has this connection that to God, source, universe, from your head or your crown chakra, however you want to say it. And when you're connected both above and below, and you have a conscious awareness of, I'm going to begin this day seeing with the intention of creating big impact, of meeting the people that I'm meant to meet, and allowing the soul aligned clients to be attracted to me, and you are consciously aware of how your energy field is around you, the bigger your energy field, the more people that you have the ability to impact, and the more people that you can feel around you, or that other people can feel you around them, I should say. Right. So, again, the idea is, why do we want to learn these branding archetypes? And again, the episodes are, we talk about it a little bit in episode 100, and I know there's an episode back, I think it's episodes either 10 through 20. We'll link it in the show notes. But there is an episode with Jen Cudmore from the earlier years where she went through all of the branding archetypes. And the reason that it's important to know those is, again, that's just one tool. There's lots of assessments. So that's one tool that allows you to just lean into the person that you're meant to be, and to sort of give you permission that, oh yeah, this is kind of who I am. So I'm going to really be that. I'm going to lean into that. And I'm going to, from the knowledge of, I know who I am here to serve. That's where you, from an authentic place, from a place of knowing who you are and where you're meant to be in the world and how you're meant to serve, then it allows you to expand into a bigger version of you, which again is meant and intended to create bigger impact for others, right? Because the whole reason we're here is to serve others, and also to learn our own journey, to grow, to evolve, because I think that part of our whole journey here is a big learning lesson. And also to see how do we rise our frequency? How do we get to a bigger evolution? And the more evolved we get, the more people that we, get to serve and be entrusted to. So, I hope this helps. And I don't know if you can hear this in the microphone right now, but it is bedtime at our house. So I'm just about to go and put the little ones to bed. But I thank you for tuning in, for being part of this soul inspiring journey. I have an exciting announcement, and that is that we are going to start doing a few more in-person guest interviews. So super pumped about that. That's something new that's coming. And then I've got a few other things I'm working on that I'll be able to share with you. It's still a little early phase, but it's kind of all in the works. And again, much of that is in gratitude and thanks for you, for tuning in, for listening, for sharing. And just being part of this journey, this passion project that started, that has become something that I really treasure, and being in a way of giving back. So I do also want to ask for your help, and that's that if there's a guest, if there's somebody that you think, Kara, you've got to talk to this person, please make an intro. Send me a message on Instagram. I do check that personally. It's at Kara Chaffin Donofrio, and would love to hear from you. So have a beautiful week, and until next time. Loved being here with you today, and would love to connect with you more over on Instagram. My handle is linked to the show notes, or you can just type in at Kara Chaffin Donofrio. And I have something special for you as a free gift, my Dynamic Life Journal. This special book has the power to really help you live a soul-inspired life. Go to freegiftfromkara.com. Easy to remember, freegiftfromkara.com. Until next time, beautiful people, sending all my love.